What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode on my podcast. Y'all see I got a microphone now. I don't know if that helps the sound or whatever, but yeah, I went with a wireless microphone because I'm gonna have people on my podcast real soon, and you know, it's all like the wireless microphone gonna go. Yeah, but I don't know. Let me know if y'all like this idea or if y'all like this or not. I was gonna get the one that you like clip on because I like talking with my hands, so I like when my hands are free. But whatever, we're just gonna work what we have for now so I can actually be further from y'all. Hopefully y'all can still hear me or whatever, but yeah. So y'all, how did y'all, I see a lot of people did like my last podcast. They did get a lot of comments. A lot of girls was agreeing with what I was saying. So yeah, I like this podcast thing. It kind of just gives me an open mind and just give me space as well to like clear my mind and clear my head and talk about things that I want to talk about, or just talk about whatever is in my head. Some of y'all did give me suggestions, so every week, not every week, but y'all might get weekly podcasts, which means I'm probably gonna have to do podcasts like 3 times a week. That way I can edit them and just be a step ahead or whatever. But so yeah, yo, I'm getting another wireless microphone because I will have somebody on, probably not my next podcast segment, but probably the one after that. I will have a guest on my podcast, so I want to get another microphone, of course, so that they can have their own little microphone and just kind of talk and stuff. So yeah, like I just want to ask y'all, like, you know, how have y'all been? How is life? Yo, I just came from like taking some pictures. They look so cute. Like, please go to my Instagram and go look at my pictures because they are fire, like super cute. I also realized in my last podcast I did not introduce y'all to like the whole name type of thing, and so I felt like a lot of people were like, what? Because I posted the first podcast and let me see, the title was pretty much TWTD, and like people were like, what's TWTD, like what does that stand for, like what, you know, what is that? And I decided that that was gonna be like the name of like my podcast. So it's gonna pretty much be like talking with the Don. As y'all know, I am redone, so that's what that stands for. You know, YouTube only allows you to put certain amount of characters on like your title or whatever, so I had to like shorten it because it was taking up too much space. They wouldn't let me post the video because the title was like too long. So yeah, whenever y'all see TWTD, y'all should know what that is. Talking with the Don, period. So today's topic I feel like is really interesting, and I'm very excited for this topic. But it is pretty much why relationships in this generation, I think we're Gen Z. What generation are we? Gen Z? Hey Siri. Our current generation does not work, or why so many people struggle to like make their relationship last. I feel like I'm gonna start off with like the female aspect and kind of like work my way over to like the male side, or like the male aspect. I feel like the female aspect is just like, this is, and okay, wait, before I really get like deep into this, like I said, this is a podcast. We're talking, we're just, you know, expressing our feelings. So the comment section, like I said, is free. It's open to leave your comments, leave your suggestions. This is not to bash anybody. This is not to talk bad about any gender. This is not anything like that. It's literally just a discussion. So think of it as a discussion post, and you just kind of talking and saying how you feel or whatever. So I feel like it's difficult because I feel like most women in this generation, or not even this generation, even like earlier than our generation, like women that are in like their 30s, some of them, I feel like they have this bad habit of like wanting men for their money. Like, I feel like women are dating men for what's in their pocket, and then men are dating women for like their body or how they look on the outside. So like I said, women, they're all about money, money, money. What can a man do for me? What can he give me? What can he buy me? What can he, you know, it's all about that for most women. Now, me personally, I don't really care about materialistic things. I don't really care about a man's money or what a man can do for me per se, because it's like 9 times out of 10, anything a man could do for me, like, I can do for myself. And if I cannot do it for myself, I have my own means of getting help. Like, I have my dad, I have my brother, I have uncles, I have very, very active males in my life, so I will never ever need to ask a outside male or an outsider for like anything, because if I don't have it, I can ask my dad, I can ask my brother, I can ask my uncles. Like, they are literally here for me. So women these days are like, oh, they want a man with money, they want a man with money, they want a man with money, they want a man with money. I kind of get it. I used to always like talk to or like date dudes that are like broke, like don't really have nothing to their name but a pair of Hanes drawers. And I understand it from both perspectives, because it's like, I get why women want to date men with money, because it's beneficial. It's like, why are you sitting here letting a man come into your house, y'all sleeping with each other or whatever, and he can't even buy you a meal, or he can't even. So I get it. But at the same time, don't center like your whole reason for talking to a man around the fact that he has money or he doesn't have money. And then I get why people don't want to date the broke ones, because the broke ones, they're pretty much like your child. When you date a man that's broke, it's pretty much like you have a child, because now you have to feed him, clothe him, take care of him. Like, it's pretty much like you have a son, you know? So I get why women do not want to date dudes that don't have no money, because it's like, now you done got yourself in something where you're pretty much taking care of a grown man, buying him food, doing that. And y'all, I done had my share of those days. I done had my share of taking care of a man, doing all that for him, and they still up and leave. They still up and do them. They still cheat. They still, you know, whatever. So I could see how it is from both sides. Like, you don't want to date nobody broke, because it's just like, it's not beneficial. But you cannot just be like, oh, where the man with the money at, where the man with the money at? Because then men see that and they're like, oh, like, you know, they're kind of turned off by women, because women keep asking for money, or women, like, y'all, I just got a serious question for the women that ask men to like do their nails or like pay for their hair. Like, what do y'all say? Like, what do y'all say? I genuinely want to know. Like, do you just be like, are you gonna pay for my hair? Can you pay for my lashes, please? Like, what do y'all say? Because me personally, I feel like you should never ask a man to do anything for you. Like, he should openly and willingly want to do it. Like, you shouldn't be like, oh, pay for my hair, pay for my nails, or you finna cash at me. Like, I don't know, it just seems so like like I don't know, it seems like a bit much. I just couldn't just right out ask a man like, are you gonna pay for my hair, are you gonna pay for my nails? Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just not that bold, or I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm not that kind of person. And like I said, I have active males in my life, so if I can't do something or I need help with something, I can always go to them for help. I can always go to them for assistance, guidance, whatever the case may be. So, but yeah, I feel like that's males' issue with females. Females, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are just begging. They're always like, you got some money for me, you got some money for me, you finna do my hair, you finna do my nails, you finna pay for it. Like, you know, and a lot of women do ask in like a very aggressive way, so it turns men off. Like, it makes men not even want to, like, you know, because it's like, oh, you coming at him harsh, like, you just met him, like, can he, like, you know, can y'all like get into really know each other before you like start asking him to pay for stuff? Like, I don't know, even if I've been with somebody for 2.5, my longest relationship was 2.5 years, and I still couldn't build the balls to ask him for nothing. You know, I know that he didn't really have much, but I still cannot build the strength to like be like, can you pay for my nails? Like, oh, that sounds like, it's just like I'm begging. Like, yo, I hate to beg. Like, I've never been like a beggar. Like, I just, no. If I cannot get it, I'm just not gonna have it, because I just can't. Like, that ain't my thing. When it comes to like the whole like relationship type of thing, I honestly don't feel like women cheat that much, or I honestly don't. I'm not saying that they don't at all, but I feel like if a woman has to cheat, it's just a situation where like she has a dude, he's not there for her physically, emotionally, whatever, and so she probably finds somebody at work that's giving her that attention, or just went somewhere and find somebody, and then now she's just kind of like in a situation. But women are like natural nurturers and like caregivers. I mean, we're like mothers, like we're built to be moms. So I just feel like we're naturally like, you know, loving people. We naturally want to love on our men and show them love. But it's just like, you know, I understand like if a man isn't doing his part to make you feel like secure as a woman, you might feel like you want to step out. I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm just saying like 9 times out of 10, if a woman step out, it's because a man is not listening to her, he's not paying attention to her, he's not making time for her or anything like that. And so she probably just feel like, bro, like, you know, keep having this talk with him, he's still doing the same thing, so I'm gonna just do me. And then I feel like on a man's aspect, I feel like men and I'm really not trying to bash men or anything, but I just feel like these men, like this Gen Z type of men, like they want to be chased so bad. Like they want to be chased so bad. They want you as a woman to run them down and chase them down. And it's like, I am not finna do that. I'm not finna do that. Like, I'm the prize. And you know what I think is crazy also is that men want you to chase them. They have this way that they want you to chase them, right? But whenever they cheat, they turn around and be like, oh, well, that's how men are, we're natural hunters, da 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 da. Okay, well, how comes you're a natural hunter when you're stepping out to go cheat? But then it's like you want your woman at home to actually chase you, actually run you down, and like, you know, like I seen this one thing on like Instagram that was like, and I seen this one quote on Instagram, and the dude was like, I need a woman that's gonna, what, I forgot what it said. Like I honestly forgot what it said, but it was just like something along the lines of, I need a woman that's like never gonna let me go, that's gonna whoop my butt if I try to leave. And I'm like, that's what y'all want. Y'all want somebody to chase y'all, and who's finna do that? Like, bro, it's literally 2023. I know one thing, I ain't gonna chase no man, because like I said, anything a man could do for me, I could do for myself times 10. So I'm not gonna sit here and chase you. I'm the prize. What am I chasing you for? I have to, you think I'm gonna beg you to like me? I mean, do you see me? I'm not gonna beg you to like me. I'm not gonna beg nobody to like me, period. And that goes for relationship, friendship, anything. I'm not about to beg nobody to like me, and that's on period. So I just feel like they want to be chased so bad. Their egos are big as hell, like they're bigger than their heads. Like this generation of men, bro, like their egos is so big. I mean, their whole persona and their whole personality is literally fed off of attention, like attention from women, attention from other men even, because it's just, I don't know, it's just so crazy. Like everybody's worried about, especially dudes, everybody's worried about designers. Every dude is worried about driving a scat pack, all that stuff. And I just feel like it's more to life than like what you wear and what you drive or where you live. Like it's more to it. And these dudes are just sassy. They want you to chase them, they want you to beg them, get on your knees and like beg them to stay. And it's like, no, you're the man. You're supposed to be the, not ruler, but you're supposed to like lead, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be head of household. You're supposed to serve and protect. You're supposed to be there for your woman. I don't understand how this generation of men think it's corny or it's weird to like give their girl flowers. Y'all, I was dating this weirdo, and he was like, I don't know what we was talking about, but flowers end up like coming into the conversation, and he was like, oh nah, I don't do that, I ain't no flower type of man. I immediately had to cut him off, because it's like, you ain't no flower type of man. Like, what does that even mean? You're not a flower type of man? Like, yikes. I feel bad for whichever female end up with you, because ew. So yeah, and it's not even like they don't want to buy flowers or they can't afford to buy flowers. It's like their damn egos, their pride literally gets in the way of everything they try to do. A man will like feel some type of way about you, but he can't sit you down over dinner and really like talk to you and say, look, hey, you know, we've been talking for a while now, this is how I feel about you, you know, I feel like I see us going somewhere. I don't want to rush things, but you know, I really feel us going somewhere. I definitely like you, like your vibe, like, you know, talks like that. Like, men in this generation don't do that, and it's because, again, their damn egos. They homeboys be gassing them up and making them feel like cheating is right, and like they should have all the girls in the world. And like I said, their persona literally feeds off of women's attention. Like, ew. Like, you got men asking women what they bring to the table, and I feel like that's so, it's so unattractive, it's so ew. That's why like a lot of dudes can just not get my attention, because things that you say out your mouth like is really crucial and very critical. Like when I meet a man, like when you approach me, the first few words that come out your mouth definitely matters, because that tells me what type of person you are. It tells me what type of time you want. It tells me what you're trying to do. Like, you know, the other day I was at a door, and wait, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I don't care. I was at a door, and this dude was like, I was walking past, and he grabbed my hand and he was like, come here, I'm trying to mess with you because I ain't got no plays all night. I was like, CD scratch, ew. That's a big turn off, because you pretty much saying that you want to come over here and talk to me because you haven't been getting no plays all night. Like, what is that supposed to mean? What does that have to do with me? Because you're not getting no plays all night, now you want to come and talk to me. You want to holler at me because you just want somebody to talk to, or you just want somebody to sleep with, which you thought that was gonna happen, but it ain't gonna happen. Like, I hate dudes that just think that this tough boy swag is like real cute, and it's actually very corny. Like, I be letting dudes know, bro, like, if you want to have your guard up or your pride when you out in the streets, then do you when you out in the streets, do you when you out and about with your homeboys. But when you come here, when you step to me as a man, I need that pride stuff gone. Like, I need that pride stuff gone. I need you to actually talk about your feelings, like actually express how you feel, actually express how your day was, because I want to have those conversations. You know, if I ever end up dating somebody, I want them to be like, oh, you know, babe, guess what type of day I had today at work, or guess what happened to me. Like, you know, I don't want to be with no man and he feel like he gotta ball his feelings up and hide them inside because I'm not understanding of his feelings or something like that. You know, I feel like men just have to get over their egos, bro, and just like be real. If you like a girl, say that stuff, because you sitting up here having her confused, it does not help you. Because one thing about me, one thing I've definitely started learning and doing since I've been in like my soft girl era, is that if I start talking to a dude, like, I just got certain like little rules now, and I love that, because like I said, I've been working on myself with like my boundaries and stuff, and I just got certain little rules. And one of them is just like, if I am around you, or like I'm in your life or whatever, and like I'm confused, I'm gonna leave. Like, I'm gonna give a man a month to get his stuff together. Like, and I know a month sound crazy. A month is probably, people are like, oh, a month, like that's really fast. Like, nah, believe it or not, when you meet a dude and y'all go out like on y'all first date or whatever, he knows whether he likes you or not. And it's the same thing for women. Like, if I go on a date, I know whether I like you from the first date or whether it's a no-go and we not doing this again. Because if we're at the table and we're talking, the conversation keeps going, we're laughing, it's cool, then I get that vibe like, okay, cool, I want to do this again, I want to get to know you, I like this. But if it's like boring and like we're struggling to like come up with topics to like talk about and we don't really have nothing in common, then I know like, bro, this is literally not going to work, you know? So I feel like dudes be knowing, like, how is it that you want to be in the talking stage with a dude for a month and he hasn't let you know anything? And I'm not saying after a month of talking y'all supposed to jump into a relationship. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, at least if y'all are talking for a month, by the end of that first month that y'all are talking, he should have established something as to what the hell this is. Like, what is this? Like, you know, do you see us going further with this? Am I wasting my time? Like, you know, and it's just, you know, like, y'all, I was talking to this one dude, right? It was about a year ago. It was like around this time, like last year. And he was a really, really great person. Well, at least from what I've seen or what I've known, he was a really great person, like, you know. But I feel like me and him was talking for like 5-6 months and I was still like confused. Like, what is this? What is this? What's going on? What am I doing? Like, or like, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, rush into the whole girlfriend boyfriend thing, but it's like nobody wants to have their time wasted. Like, I'm grown, you're grown. If you see this going somewhere, let me know that. If you don't see it going somewhere, then let me know that. Don't sit up here in my face and we're like, you know, wasting each other's time, because I don't like that. You feel me? You could be doing something better, I could be doing something better. Like, let's not waste each other's time. So that's definitely something that dudes do that I just don't like either. Like, they'll sit up here and know that they don't got no intentions on being with you, but they just like to have that attention. They just like to have a woman's attention on them, because again, it feeds their ego. But anyways, like I said, talking to the dude for 5 months, I was still in confusion as to what's going on. Other girls was coming up to me and saying, oh, they go with him and they, you know, whatever, that's they man. And it's like I said, I've been talking to him for 5 months and I can't even shut up down whenever she try to say like, oh, you know, because it's like, I'm not his girlfriend. He has not established that I'm his girlfriend. He has not established that we're even in the talking stage. We're just pretty much going off of assumptions, like we're texting like we're dating, or we're texting like we're in the talking stage. But I feel like both parties, women and men, need to like communicate. Like, women need men, men need women. I know a lot of people like a lot of women be like, oh, I don't need a man, and a lot of men be like, oh, I don't need a woman. But it's like, honestly, you cannot recreate another person. You cannot make another you unless there's a man. If you're a woman, you cannot make another you unless there's a man involved. If you're a man, you cannot make another you unless there's a woman involved. Like, just like how clapping, you cannot clap with one hand. You cannot clap with one hand. You need 2 hands to clap. I feel like God made women and men to complement each other, not to compete against each other, not to go against each other. They're made to complement each other. They go together like freaking ranch and salad. Like, it goes together. Like, you know, ranch and salad definitely goes together. Like, they complement each other. They're supposed to be put together. And that's how I feel like, that's how I look at like relationships between a woman and a man. Like, they both need each other to work. I mean, but like I said, these men and their egos it's just too crazy. And I cannot do a man with a big ego, because it's like, I just can't do it. I don't want to do that. Like, dudes be asking you as a woman what you bring to the table. If you're a man and you're asking me what I bring to the table, I'm assuming you have a table for me to sit at and show my resources, right? But you don't. That be the thing. Half of the men that be asking, oh, what you bring to the table? What you bring to the table? Where's the table? Since you're the provider, since you're the protector, you're supposed to build a table or make a table for me to sit at, and there's not even no table, but you have the audacity to ask me what I bring to the table. You don't even got a table for me to bring my resources to put on. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, this generation of men, they just so sassy and just so girly and want to argue, don't want to give women their flowers, don't want to treat women like how women are supposed to be. And I feel like that's just the back and forth battle now. And that's why it's like I said earlier, women dating men for their money and men dating women for their body. Because, I mean, there's no genuinity. Women hiding their feelings because they scared of being hurt, and men hiding their feelings, because it just feeds their ego. It just feeds their ego to know that a woman is like falling out over them, like, you know, she's losing her mind, like, haha, like, you know, I'm talking to her like she's my girl, I'm hanging out with her like she's my girl, I'm treating her like she's my girl, but like I'm not finna say nothing. I'm just gonna leave her confused and just let her mind go crazy. That's crazy, that's weird, that's unfair. Like, as a man, you should just want to be a man. Like, how is it that you're made to like take care of women and like be a breadwinner and be like head of household and be macho and like lead, and you don't want to lead? How is it that you want to wear a skirt like us? Like, it can't be two women in a relationship, baby. Like, you need to be a man and wear the pants, like, you know. And I just don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. And so back to the dude that I was saying I've been talking to for like 5 months. He's, like I said, real sweet, but I felt like I'm also damaged from like my previous like relationships, to the point where I end up messing up what we had. Like, not with cheating or anything, but it was just like I said, 5 months went by. I'm still confused as to what this is, because we're on FaceTime every day. I remember the first apartment I was supposed to get, like, something happened and it didn't work out, and so like I was crying, and I think I was talking about it on Instagram first, and then like I started crying like secretly to myself, like in the car or whatever. And like I said, I was talking about it on Instagram, and he called me. He was like, babe, like, what's up, like, what's wrong? And that's another thing men do. They gonna call you babe, they gonna call you wifey, they gonna call you whatever, and in their head y'all probably just friends, or y'all probably like not gonna be together or something. Like, that's something weird that dudes do. Again, they live for confusion. Like, I do not like confusion. The minute you start to confuse me, the minute we've been talking for a while and I have to question where we stand or where I stand in your life, then I'ma just leave, because I don't want the problems. I don't want the problems. If you're not making it clear, that means you're uncertain. If you're uncertain, then why waste our times? Like, you know, I'll be doing me until you figure out you, and maybe by the time you figure out you, I'll be on to something new. So, period. I like that. Maybe by the time you figure out you, I'll be on to something new. Okay, girl. So, like I said, I was confused the whole 5 months, because he'll call me babe, he'll call me, we'll FaceTime. Like I said, I was crying about the whole situation, and he was literally at work, and he called me, he FaceTimed me, and he was like, babe, it's gonna be okay, stop crying. Like, when I get off of work, we gonna talk about it, because I'm at work right now and I want to give you my full attention. So just stop crying, I'll listen to you when I get off. So I'm like, okay, cool, he's so cute, he's so sweet, da da da. And like I said, other girls kept coming and saying like they mess with him or they talk to him and this and that. And it was like this one instance where like the girl that I found out that he was messing with, like, we were not really friends, but we kind of knew each other because we went to the same school. So we knew each other from school. And when she found out that like I was talking to him and I found out she was talking to him, like, she was like, oh no, I'm gonna call him right now. So she picks up the phone to call him, right? She calls him and he does not answer, right? He does not answer the phone. And then she was like, call him with your phone, let me see if he answer you. And I was like, ooh, okay, whatever. So I immediately called him, and y'all, as soon as I called him, he picked up the phone. So she was mad. But at the same time, for me, I was like, that doesn't mean anything. Just because he didn't pick up the phone for you and he picked up the phone for me, that doesn't mean like, oh, he likes me, or that doesn't mean like, oh, I'm special or nothing like that. Like, dudes just have their way. Like, dudes are just so confusing. Like, it's real, it's honestly like real annoying, because as a woman, nobody wants to sit up here being confused all the time. Then me and him had to talk about that, and he was like, why would I pick up for her, like she not my girl? And I was like, okay, but you picked up for me and I'm not your girl, because you didn't say that out your mouth. Like, you did not establish that. And so I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, until a dude like dead ass tells you like, hey, come here, he holds your hand and he said, look, I'm in love with you, I want you to be my girlfriend, da, 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 da. I want to take things from here, I want us to grow. Like, until a man really gets deep and put that pride stuff aside, he is not your man. Like, I really hate to break it to y'all, but all the girlies that's out there that's screaming my man, my man, my man, please, please, please do not embarrass yourself, because you do not know who these men be talking to on the side. And yeah, so just don't my man. So in my head I was kind of like, okay, he answered for me but he didn't answer for her. But at the same time I was like, Serena, don't let that get to your head, because I mean, he still did not make it clear like you're his girlfriend or like you're anything. You know, he didn't even tell y'all in the talking stage. I don't know what the hell we're doing. I had just kind of got impatient and fed up with that, and I just kind of left. I stopped talking to him because I'm like, bro, like what the hell is this? Like, I'm grown. We've been talking for 5 freaking months, and mind you, we was doing long distance because he lived in another city, but the city wasn't like far. If we wanted to link up over the summer, like we could have seen each other because it wasn't like a far drive. But it's like we would FaceTime all the time. I remember I was telling him one day I was coming home from work and I almost got in an accident because I like fell asleep, I guess, while I was driving home. And he was like, babe, like whenever you get off, like call me. And I was like, no, but I don't want to call you because I get off at like 6 in the morning. And like, y'all, this was like back when I used to work like an hour away. So I was like, nah, I don't want to call you. Like, I get off at 6 in the morning. I pretty much don't get home till like 7. I don't want to call you that early and like wake you up or whatever. He's like, nah, like wake me up. I don't want you to be hurt. I don't want you to drive home sleepy or whatever. So just call me. I'll be up. I answer and I'll be on the phone till you get home. And I'm like, okay, see, these are the things that dudes do that make you feel like you have that right, or make you feel like, okay, maybe I am somebody he cares about. But then again, it's like none of that stuff mean nothing. So you really can't take a dude's gesture as, oh, that means I'm his girlfriend, or oh, that means he likes me. Like, you cannot take that as like a serious gesture, because it really don't be meaning anything. Let me see if I can find it in my archives or something, because I really like that. It was pretty much just like, find a woman that's an investment and not a bill. Like a woman that you have to like constantly pay for her hair and nails. Like, I get a dude like helping you out, probably like cash apping you here and there, but I don't feel like, as a woman, I don't think you should ask for it. I think he should have the heart to think that you are a princess and you're a queen, and he just wants to do that for you. Like, you know, like y'all, my next dude, I'm not settling. Like, he's gonna have to come so hard, I don't know, he might not even want to be with me, because like, I'm not settling. I'm not playing for that. If you come in my face and you tell me you don't do dates and you don't do flowers, and next, because who? Anybody finna play with you? Ain't nobody finna play with you. Like, yeah, you gotta really like put your foot down and let dudes know that you're not playing with them by like, again, like I say, standing on your boundaries. No matter how much you like somebody, it's just like, you know, lately I've been seeing a lot of people like trying to double back, and it's like, nah, like don't come over here now with that energy, because you wasn't knowing that last year. Like, you know, I tell people every time, like every year, every month, every week, in fact, I get better. I get better at what I do. I get better at how I take care of myself. I get better at how I look. So don't ever think like it's gonna be a down. It's never gonna be no down to this. Like, as you see, like my growth, my personality, who I am is really starting to come out and show, and I feel like I'm really starting to grow into like being like a real like woman, and I'm just not accepting certain things anymore. I'm not accepting no dude with no ego. I'm not accepting no dude that don't do flowers and dates. I'm just not accepting the dudes that don't communicate. I'm not accepting the dudes that want to talk to me for 7 months and have me confused as to whether we in the talking stage. Like, you know, you be talking to a dude for 7 months, and then somebody asks him like, oh, y'all talking? Like, nah, we don't talk, we don't go. And I'm like, we don't go? What you mean we don't go? Like, you feel me? So that's just what it is. Like, that's just why it's gonna always be complicated. Until women can get rid of that like money hungry behavior and always want a man's money, or always want to see what's in a man's pocket, then love is not going to really work in this generation. And until a man stops like idolizing a woman's body, stop going for the woman with the big butts, and stop going for the big boobs and all that stuff, because half the time like that's just outer appearance. That's not really who somebody genuinely is. And if you're looking for a genuine woman, 9 times out of 10 she might not look the way you want her to look. I'm not gonna lie, she might not look like your dream girl, because she's real, you know. Not nothing against nobody that got fake butts or whatever, like that's y'all, but a lot of us women out there, we just real, and we not settling no more. You know, we doing it our way, the right way. And I hope that all the women that are like single and that are just like struggling on finding love or like dealing with somebody. I feel like finding love has to start with you. You have to find love within yourself first. You gotta like ultimately love yourself like so freaking much. Like sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I wish I can like come out of my skin and like hug myself, because like I said, I'm the only one that has seen my real growth. I'm the only one that has seen my real process of where I came from to where I am now, and it's only gonna keep getting better. It's only gonna keep growing. That's why I be letting dudes know like, you better lock in now, because I'm a real one, and it's only, you know what I'm saying, we only building up. Like, we're only building up, and it's pointless in you being with somebody that you can't build me, I can't build you. You know, we both should build each other. We both should be able to spend money on each other. We both should be able to love and care for each other. We both should be able to get flowers for each other. I feel like as a woman, if I had a dude, I'll get him flowers too, if that's what he wants. Some dudes probably think like that's corny, or they probably think like it's more of a like a girl type of thing. But if I got a dude and he'll allow me to give him flowers, I would. Like, you know, you deserve this. You're my man, you're special to me, I love you, and you know, that type of thing. Like, that's how I want to really be in like real, like next time love visits me, it has to visit me the right way. It has to meet me at my soft girl era standards. Like, I'm not gonna ever go back down to like the person I used to be for nobody, like at all. So this is pretty much closing out this segment on my podcast. I know I kind of like talk in circles, but I feel like that's why I wanted to do a podcast anyway, because I talk too much in my vlogs and I be rambling a lot. Like, I be having a lot to say, so I feel like my podcast kind of allows me to just get that side of me out, kind of ramble a little bit, talk a little bit. You know, I live here alone, so sometimes I'll sit here for hours with my mouth shut, just silence, because I have no one to talk to. So I like that this podcast gives me, you know, that space to express myself, get some of my thoughts out. Yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoy this podcast. I hope like the new setup with the microphone. I don't know, let me know if y'all like how it sound, or yeah, just let me know. I don't know. So yeah, I think y'all will see one more podcast of me by myself, and then I'm gonna start having guests on my podcast. So I'm definitely very excited for just this growth, this journey. I just want to thank God for these ideas that he's been putting in my head lately. I want to thank him for just where I'm at, like, you know, just loving and appreciating myself. It took me a very, very, very long time to get to this point, and it's like, now that I'm at this point, it literally feels so great. I feel like can't nobody steal the love I have for myself, the respect that I have for myself. Like, nobody can take it. So you just gotta get to that point in life, and once you're there, like, life starts to look a little better, and then whoever's gonna come along is just gonna come along, and he's gonna meet you in your bad bitch era. He's gonna meet you in your soft girl era. He's gonna meet you when you know how to love yourself correctly, when you know what you want out of life, and hopefully he is the same, and y'all are able to just build together and, you know, make something out of life. That is it for this segment on my podcast. I hope y'all like it. Like I said, comment, let me know whatever y'all want me to talk about next on my podcast, and I would definitely do those. I'm gonna keep doing podcasts, so whenever y'all leave suggestions in the comments, even if I don't do it on the next podcast, I would definitely get around to it. Every time y'all comment something, I actually like take a screenshot of it and I put it in my notes. Like, I just write it down in my notes. That way I just always continuously have topics to talk about for my podcast. Thank y'all for tuning into the second episode of TWTD, Talking with the Don. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will see y'all in the next podcast.